Hey everyone, I just wanted to give you a little heads up about how we're planning on kind of organizing our year this year when it comes to SNC1W. So often I think teachers will go into like a standard unit model where you would start with your, like biology unit, then your chemistry unit, then your physics unit. The team at my school really wanted to authentically and critically look at like what we had done before and then also kind of embrace the idea that there's this new curriculum so we can kind of dive and take it wherever we want to go and really look at like what the similarities and compare and contrast and try to really build a new course as much as we have the capacity to do. And so what we decided to do for our approach this year is to use the idea of anchor questions or phenomena to cue kind of 2 to 3 week sprints. So instead of us doing like the biology unit, for example, we're going to split it into two pieces, one that looks at more population dynamics and then one that looks at more of like agriculture, sustainable systems practice. And so those kind of anchoring themes will kind of guide us as we go. So what are these anchoring themes? So these are basically things that make you go, huh, or like kind of cueing questions, which then allow us to learn some information to build our model. So for example, a great anchoring question you could do is the design of electric vehicle batteries and why are they set up like that? So yes, that's going to cue a lot of conversations about current, voltage, series circuits, parallel circuits, but it also then can pull in a little bit of things like sustainable mining practices and developing like do we have the capacity on the grid if everybody bought in a fully electric vehicle in Ontario, and how do we sustainably do that, and is actually the materials that we're using in the cars to make the electrical vehicles, like how does that compare and contrast to the carbon emissions and its impacts on climate change? And so I think that we can also tie in some chemistry stuff there. So the cool thing about these phenomena is it allows us to kind of show that the biology, chemistry, and physics don't live in like isolated silos anymore. There's a lot of integration between things. There's a lot of movement between them. And so it just kind of allows us to showcase the ebb and flow of the scientists and how they kind of work together to build these big picture ideas. So we will pitch or present a question, have students develop in a model, get their ideas down, and kind of give their theories or predictions about why that is the way that it is. Then we'll go through a series of learning activities to learn some more information to help us build our models, come back and refine it maybe once or twice, depending on the information. And then at the end, we'll come back to our model, take everything we've learned, and see how our model fits anymore. And I think that's also very, very true to how science works, right? Science is we have information, we come up with an idea to explain that information, and then we gather information, whether from experimental data or research, to build this model, and then we modify that model as we learn more and more. And so it kind of models the true nature of science. And so I'm really excited about that. It also has a way of engaging and having a story weave through everything. And we know how much and how impactful a story can be on students. And so I just wanted to share with you what our philosophy is, or kind of our mantra, or how we're going to come at this particular course this year, just because I wanted to kind of give you the why behind it. So when you're looking at my resources and you're like, where's the biology unit? Well, there isn't a biology unit. There's two-week sprints that cover the topics you normally would do in biology. So if you have questions or concerns, let me know. A lot of this is anchored in great research that's been around for quite a while. One of the big ones in phenomena and how to guide that kind of idea is through Ambitious Teaching Science, if you're looking for a resource that's available to read, if you're looking for that. Also, it kind of takes in some of the ideas of thinking classrooms and building those stories and kind of thin slicing things and building progressively. And then, of course, it just brings in some really phenomenal research that's been in the physics education community for a really long time. So that's kind of the plan. Just wanted to share that with you. Questions or concerns, let me know. And I hope you have a wonderful day.